Alright, welcome back to the channel. So, got a little update on the homestead here. Me and my little buddy, Monster. Hey, Kiki. Hey. Yeah. Well, he helped me install something underneath the sink in the cabin. This is a Pure Drop 5-stage reverse osmosis water filter with a 2.2 gallon capacity tank reservoir. And I got this on Amazon, part of a Black Friday deal. It came with all 5 of the filters plus these 3 replacements. So I got in about a year, 6 months, whatever it takes, I can change those out. The RO membrane up here and the post carbon filter maybe once a year, probably every 2 years, depending on how bad your water is. My water's pretty clean, so it's rainwater. We also have a whole house carbon sediment filter ahead of this, so should do pretty well. It took me about 35 minutes to install this. Pretty easy for me. I actually used to do this for a living. Excuse me. You hook into your water supply line, you hook into your drain, and those little extra spots in your sink that have a little cap, it comes with its own faucet, so you have a clean water faucet up there. So anyway, doesn't take up a whole lot of room. Pretty easy. It comes with quite a bit of extra stuff. It comes with all the tubing and additional fittings and stuff like that. So if you want to hook up another faucet or your ice maker for your fridge, it has everything you need for it. You'll need to buy more tubing if you're going to do that, though. It's 1/4 inch tubing. I think it's 1/4 inch OD, yeah. And the inside is like 0.2 or 1.77 or 0.177. But 1/4 inch OD is what you're looking for. And it's the stiff stuff. As long as it's food grade. Of course, my little buddy here don't care. You can hear the water pump in the background for the cabin kicking off and on. Because right now the tank's filling up. It'll take about 2 or 3 hours on its first hit to fill this tank up. Now, the way this system works is your water comes in the first stage, which is a pre-filter. It's kind of like just a catch-all. And then you have a second stage, which is an activated carbon. It has a pre-filter. It has a sock on it, if you will, a net. And then the third stage is another activated carbon. What they're doing is you're getting the big stuff with this one. You're getting some of the like chemicals down to 5 microns. And then you're getting about 5 microns out of this one. It's just a secondary stage. Gives it more time before it hits the RO membrane. Now, reverse osmosis, it uses something called cellulose acetate membrane. And if you remember in school, we had osmosis. Well, osmosis is when you have a concentration on one side, like say a salt water, it's going to pull the clean water over to the salty side. Well, you can reverse that process under pressure. You can push the water away from the salty side through a membrane if you have enough pressure to do it. And it'll basically, for every gallon of water, clean water you make, you have 2 gallons of wastewater that'll go out. So it does use a considerable amount of water if you're drinking a lot. So I'll waste about 6 gallons to make this 2 gallons here. Or, well, excuse me, 4 gallons of waste, 2 gallons of clean. And before it goes up to the faucet, it goes back through this carbon filter up here. Now this one should last a really long time. This is more of just for taste, just in case it picks up anything from like the bladder in the tank. It's got a plastic or a rubber membrane in here. And clean water can pick up a little bit of taste from that. Really like these systems. I remember back right out of high school, this is what I did for a living. I put in these water systems. Kind of enjoyed it. Got to travel a lot. I was on the road almost every day. But so total cost here. Normally these things can run a couple $100 on Amazon. You just got to make sure you're getting a good one. This model here is the RTW5, meaning 5-stage. It's made by Pure Drop. I highly recommend it because I did all the specs on this, and I looked at the way the thing's set up. And then once I got the system, I looked over the quality of the build. This is by far one of the best quality builds I've seen, and it's a light years ahead of what we used to install back in the day. Back in the day, they only had like a pre-filter, a carbon filter, then the RO, and then the tank here. It didn't have the final stage. You didn't have a secondary carbon filter. And this has a pressure control system here. So when the pressure in the tank builds up to a certain point, it automatically shuts itself off. So you're not just continually wasting water down the wayside. Now the old ones did that too, but it was kind of built into this head up here. But the nice thing about this head, I can go to Lowe's and buy replacement filters for these. A sediment filter, carbon filter, or I can get them, of course, from Amazon for this particular one. You can also get the RO membrane. Now this one's proprietary, the RO membrane. That's the more expensive filter, but you don't have to change it as often. And then this little carbon filter here, you can also buy that at Lowe's. You can swap that out for a different one if you need to. But I would recommend you use what they have here. I think $100 for all these filters once a year, that's not bad. I mean, because really, honestly, that is the guts of the system. That's what makes it work. The rest of the stuff is the tank, the faucet, and the plumbing. You know, you'll never have to really replace that. Also, another thing I like about the quality of the build here, every one of these push-in shark bite fittings has the little blue slip-ins. It's like a little protector, so if something bumps this, because the way you take these off is you push on that and then you can pull the tube out. Well, that little protector, it's like a little it slips in behind it. It won't let it push, and I really like that. It really, you got this under a sink, you're going to be bumping into them, and that came with all that. So they really thought this through. I'm quite impressed with it. The system doesn't have to be mounted on the wall like I've got it here. It can set right on your cabinet base. Sorry, I'm upside down trying to do this. I'm all backwards. There's another important part of the system that I've not seen before. This is like a reducer valve, and what this does is create back pressure on the waistline, and this is kind of what helps the RO membrane build pressure to push, I guess, backwards, but yet still allows the drain to drain away the bad water, if you will. So, you playing with my plumbing, or are you just checking out my work? Huh? Don't be biting stuff. I don't need holes. Quit. I don't need holes in my new build here. Monster cat. Quit. Quit. There's a reason why we call him Monster. Alright, well, that's it for today's video. Just kind of wanted to give y'all an update. I'm sorry it's so shaky, but I'm upside down underneath the sink. trying to fight a cat here. So, y'all have a good one. I'll see you on the next one. Living Off Grid signing off.